Hello, Internet, and welcome to another edition of the DNA Whiskey Review. If you're new here, what we do for this channel is we take a sample of whiskey and we basically just give it our thoughts on the history of this particular selection and kind of our taste notes, what it's like on the nose, palate, what have you.
Absolutely.
So, AJ, what do we have on deck for us today?
Yeah, today we have Wild Turkey Longbranch.
All right, sounds great, man. Well, while we go ahead and get this bottle open, why don't you go ahead and jump in and tell the people about this fine
Yeah, sounds great, man. So today we're diving into a unique and flavorful bourbon that's been making waves since its creation in 2016. Wild Turkey Longbranch is created by actor Matthew McConaughey and Wild Turkey Master Distiller Eddie Russell. Longbranch is a small batch bourbon that combines Kentucky tradition and a touch of Texas innovation. Made with 8-year-old wild turkey bourbon and refined with a distinctive blend of American oak charcoal and Texas mesquite charcoal. Longbranch reflects McConaughey's roots in both Kentucky and Texas. The name itself, Longbranch, symbolizes family trees and welcoming gestures, kind of capturing the spirit of connection. Whether you're a casual drinker or a novice enthusiast, this is a bourbon kind of designed to appeal to anyone looking for something smooth, refined, and a little bit adventurous.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this one because, first of all, I think this is the first time we've done a celebrity whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is our first celebrity whiskey, I think. This one is, like you mentioned, is Kentucky straight bourbon. So it's got 86 proof. It's aged 8 years in virgin white oak barrels before it's finished. The mash bill for this one is 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. The MSRP on this one is $40, which is dirt cheap.
And that's usually about what I see this one at, is right around 43, 44 bucks.
If you're new here, what we do is we, again, try it on the nose, on the palate, and finish. And we kind of break down the tasting notes that the manufacturer provides. Now, manufacturer on their website on longbranch.com is going to be on the nose is just straight vanilla.
Just straight vanilla, huh?
Straight vanilla on this one. Go ahead and give it a whiff here and see what we pick up. I mean, yeah, that vanilla is going to be there, of course.
Oddly enough, I smell a little bit of dill.
You still smell
I still smell some dill, man.
In case you missed it last episode, we will pin it around here somewhere. One we had was Basil Hayden malted rye.
Yeah.
And it said one of the notes on it was going to be fresh dill. So that's funny. That's still with you, huh?
Do you not smell it?
No, I don't smell the dill.
No?
What I am smelling is kind of more of that sweet kind of corn, that you get from most bourbons. Is your typical scent there that you're getting from that. I'm not really picking up on a dill, but there is something there that's going to be a little bit lighter for me. Yeah, one of my favorite bourbon review sites is a place called breakingbourbon.com. They have a lot of great stuff on there. What they're saying on the nose: caramel, vanilla, toffee, some nutmeg, and maybe some oak. Definitely not picking any oak or anything like that. Maybe a little bit of toffee. Got that little vanilla.
Yeah,
and some
little toffee maybe.
It definitely kind of just on the nose smells like a bourbon.
Yeah,
like, there's nothing.
Kind of a basic.
There's nothing that jumps out at me there. But anyway, so on the taste, we're supposed to be able to, on the first taste here, we'll dive into that here in a second. We're supposed to be tasting floral, honeysuckle, caramel, prunes, pears with a slight citrus hint. Ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers to you.
Cheers to you guys. My first impression was that honeysuckle, man. That was the first thing I tasted. Yeah.
Maybe it's because I don't really know what a honeysuckle tastes like.
What?
I don't. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, it's very sweet. I definitely have the identifying of pears, that pear scent in there, and that hint of citrus is definitely there.
I guess we don't really have honeysuckles in Utah, do we?
Probably not. I don't know. Like, what's a honeysuckle?
It's like a flower. You pull the center of it out and touch it on your tongue. It tastes like honey.
Gotcha. Well, interesting. Yeah, on the finish of this one, we're supposed to have caramel and spice.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and go over in for the second draw there and see what we see. Okay, the second draw, I'm getting it's a lot sweeter. That caramel note. I mean, it's definitely, there's something there that's...
I was going to say caramel too. On that second one, I felt like it was a lot more caramel.
Because honestly, man, from beginning to end, it just tastes like a good bourbon. Like, there's nothing that really...
Good, clean finishing.
There's nothing that really jumps out at me now with the finish of caramel and spice. I'm assuming that spice is supposed to be kind of that Kentucky hug that you're going to get, that nice little burn in the stomach. I'm not really tasting anything like spice notes or anything like that. Most of this is just your typical bourbon, man, on just a good tasting bourbon. It's really hard to kind of define that one any other way. Wild Turkey is probably one of my favorite bourbons out there. 101 proof. It's great for mixing for any type of cocktail you want. It's my go-to for that.
Yeah.
This just basically tastes kind of like if you were to refine that down to an 80 proof, like an 86 proof, which they do have a turkey that's 86 proof.
Okay.
It's not nearly as tasty though as their 101, but this is kind of like if you were to take that 101, bring it down a little bit, make it a little sweeter. That's what you get when you get this, I think.
Yeah, because this one is a little bit sweeter for sure. Right off that first taste, and then all the way through the finish is a little bit sweeter than I feel like a lot of some of the other bourbons we've tasted.
So you mentioned this one actually has like the different the charcoal that's used in it was
American oak charcoal and then Texas mesquite charcoal are the two used.
Yeah, Texas mesquite. Okay, that's what it is, because there's definitely something more to it, and it's definitely adding to the flavor.
It definitely tastes different.
Yeah. We always talk about those three that are important to you, right? You got to have your daily pour, you got to have your weekender, and your special occasion. This for me would be a great daily pour.
Absolutely.
For me, I'm kind of like a snob on that one. I don't like the really cheap stuff. He
is a snob too.
I don't do like just Black Label, or I don't do
great
Johnny
recommending
Walker.
a whiskey though.
Yeah.
You need a recommendation for whiskey, Darren's my guy. I don't know how many times have I called you in the store like, what am I getting this time?
Yeah, when it comes to this, I think it's at a $40 to $45 range, 45 around here.
Yeah.
This is a great daily pour for me. I think it's not trying to do too much. It's not trying to be too light and airy, but I think it's right on where I'd like it to be. I think it's perfect for like a daily pour. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Very easy to drink. I like that first taste. This is definitely one you would take the bottle every day and just get you a little glass after a long day at work.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and pivot on over to what we like it on ice. We try to do a little sampling of both. So cheers to you.
Cheers to you guys.
So right away, that the fruitiness of the pear and the plum jump out at me.
Yeah, I agree.
The sweetness is there. It numbs kind of the extra spice and the extra kick a little bit. Numbs your tongue when you have it a little bit cooled, a little bit chilled, and you really get those notes of that pear and that plum.
Yeah, I think that this one, I love drinking, obviously, bourbon on ice. That's my favorite way, because to get the flavor, you definitely got to drink it neat, but this way it's, it really just increases the drinkability, right? It's just something you could hold in your hand and
coin the phrase,
going.
drinkability.
Yeah. Isn't that a real word?
It might be, but it's definitely your term for the show. Drinkability scale,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, so on a drinkability, I'm going to give this a rating of 3.5 out of 5.
3.5 out of 5. Okay, new scale, guys.
I'm going to go 4. I'm going to go
new
4.
Scale. AJ's drinkability scale.
Yeah.
New thing to the channel. You know what? I think this is definitely going to be one that I prefer on ice as well. However, I'd say last week was the first one I preferred neat over on ice.
Yeah.
Because everything just got muted so much that you really weren't drinking.
Almost couldn't get the flavor.
No.
Yeah.
So that was Basil Hayden malted rye. So check out that video. We'll link it down in the comments down below.
Final takeaway, I'm just kind of getting it. It's just kind of clearing off now. So that aftertaste, I'm getting a lot of the pear. Like you said, a lot of the fruitiness. This is such a good, like you said, daily pour. We need you guys. Try it out. Let us know what you think. Leave us a comment down below.
Absolutely. We'd love to hear from you folks. Be sure to check out the other videos we have on this playlist here. If you want us to put this on its own channel, let us know in the comments down below. We kind of feel like it's part of the DNA part brand, because we usually hear that a lot. What are you sipping on? So we started doing these little whiskey reviews, but let us know if you want us to break it off in its own channel. Let us know down below for sure. With all that said, my name is Darren, that is AJ, and this has been an episode of the DNA Whiskey Review.
Till next time.